But San Miguel Alab Pilipinas would want nothing more than another road win to bounce back from that loss they suffered in Hong Kong just a couple of days ago.
No, the defending champions want to bounce back here against the Wolf Warriors. Ray Parks right away getting the steal. He is on the move. Good bounce pass and the score inside, opening the scoring here for Balkmania, Ronaldo Balkman.
And you know, for Ray Parks, he can find anybody. He's got some kind of X-ray vision in that mask that he's wearing right now. Great assist.
Again, Ray Parks has been on the tear here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, taking more shots actually for Alab ever since his return, and he has been productive for Coach Jimmy Alapag at this point of the season. 2-0 still, no basket there for the Wolf Warriors here. Now, if you are the Wolf Warriors and you remember your previous meeting against Alab Pilipinas, it is important for them to have a fast start here, because last time they met, you covered that, Noel. Alab raced to an 11-.
But then the tail end of that first quarter was probably the best basketball the Wolf Warriors have played all season. And then you go back to the start of the third quarter when they almost overhauled the lead of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas just by sharing the ball. Well, of course, Mike Taylor went off for something like for game. They won't have that today with Bradford, but you're right. They can't dig themselves into a hole early in against the defending champions. That's a no-no.
That's right, especially with Alab putting on the pressure like this. Ray Parks really getting into the face of Chris Shentu there. This is Patterson against Ronaldo Balkman. Patterson will choose to drive and kick it out to Mike Bell. Bell challenging Ramos. That is an air ball from Mike Bell, and Alab Pilipinas is on the attack. Parks from the corner. Parks too strong on the free. Rebound goes to Tez Patterson.
And I love the early offense being shown here by San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. It's like they're jabbing in the first round of a heavyweight match. They want to take these open shots just to get loosened up.
Alab Pilipinas up 3-0 here. Here's Bradford. He will be tested here by Ethan Alvano. Bradford losing it, but it was last touch on Ethan. So 4 seconds remaining on the clock of the Wolf Warriors.
And it's interesting that Jimmy Alapag is actually assigning Ethan Alvano against the veteran, just to see how savvy this guy still is. And if he does show a little bit of brute strength, well, he's probably going to change that matchup.
Second straight air ball for the Wolf Warriors here. Not manufacturing a good shot there as they give the ball back to San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. So a minute and a half eclipsing here in the first quarter. Alab, only team on the board here, 3-0. Balkman against Tess Patterson. They will go inside to PJ. PJ challenging Tight Chen, taking it out to Kalen. Kalen hesitating on the pass. Alvano attacks. Back to Chongson to the corner. Ramos for 3. No good from straight away. That's Tai Chen securing the rebound.
They didn't get the shot. They didn't get the shot to go, but they got the shot they wanted. Great patience shown by San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Bradford missing on the free-pointer. That had a good line though. Parks squares his feet, drops in the free-pointer.
That is Ray Parks for you. You know, you just leave him open for a split second. He's actually going to look at you. You sure you're leaving me open? And Ray Parks just drains it.
On the other side, here's the first basket for the Wolf Warriors, care of Chris Shentu, a local player here for the Wolf Warriors.
Now for Shentu, he's going to have to use that speed a lot against the speedy guards of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
He's known as a two-way player for this lineup. Ramos for 3 again. Second attempt, still no go. Chongson getting the rebound. Balkman puts it on the floor. Parks could not catch it. That was a bit too strong from Ronaldo.
And you sort of look at the defense being played here by the Wolf Warriors. They're not allowing anything in the paint. They got lucky that ball went out of bounds, but they're protecting the paint more than they have to at this point. Everybody wants to shoot from the outside, at least in this lineup for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
That's usually the game plan of Alab's opponents. Make them a perimeter shooting team instead of, killing or allowing them to kill you from inside the paint.
Well, PJ Ramos already shot 2 threes in this game. Nothing inside yet. That's why they want to manufacture some points from Ronaldo Balkman.
But if you get those defensive stops, you got to convert on the other end.
That's right.
And the Wolf Warriors haven't done that so far. Alvano off the spin here. Ethan, up and under. Ethan escapes, but he doesn't make the shot.
Well, he got the shot he wanted, though.
Yeah. Here is Mike Bell running middle. He lays it up and in.
This is actually a better start from the last time these two teams met in this building. No blowout early from San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. So the Wolf Warriors, a little bit of a diesel start, but they're right there again.
So PJ trying to go inside, deflected from behind. And this is Zhuhai finishing. No, Mike Bell though. Good enough of a finish there.
Well, Mike Bell wanted to slam it down on the head of PJ Ramos. Ball slipped out of his hands, but luckily for him, he still went in. It's a tie game.
6 apiece. Chongson, no counter for Alab Pilipinas. And here comes Tess Patterson with possession. Mike Bell surveys the floor, decides to slow down here. He will go back out to Chris Shentu. Shentu, who scored a basket earlier, will attack Ramos and kick it out to Zhuhai. Shentu open for 3. Drops that one in.
That's a great pass by Zhuhai. They thought they were going to reverse the ball once again to the side where Mike Bell was, but Chris Shentu just got it back. Shentu's got 5 of their 9 points. That's a great confidence booster for this kid.
And the Wolf Warriors, you nailed the right word there. With confidence right now as they take this 3-point lead and they get the stop on the other end, more importantly.
This is a 9-zip run right now. 11-zip. That's a long 2 for Zhuhai. 11 unanswered now for the Wolf Warriors, and Jimmy Alapag is still not flinching.
Yep. He trusts his boys too much, which is very reasonable with how they performed this season. But that's a turnover on Alab Pilipinas here.
PJ and Ray Ray were not on the same page that time, and PJ is telling Ray Ray, I wasn't ready yet.
Yeah. So Zhuhai, Wolf Warriors with the advantage here. 11-6 start for them. Tess Patterson attacking Chongson. Bradford. Mike Bell from the outside going in. The scoop, no hoop. Rebound goes to PJ. A chance for Alab Pilipinas to cut into this lead. Ethan, they swing the ball around. Good defense there by the Wolf Warriors. PJ still nothing from downtown. Here's Ethan. Ronaldo drives. Ronaldo driving, gliding. And that's going to be off for Balkman.
You know, the aggressive defense of the Wolf Warriors is actually helping them right now. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, so many open looks. Looks like they're rushing their shots. And there is no legitimate rim protector for the Wolf Warriors. So I still don't get why they're rushing their shots at this point. But we're going to have a
ideal start here for the Wolf Warriors, and they're unfazed, you know, with their record and with the defending champions visiting their house here in Zhuhai.
The irony of basketball, remember the last time these two teams met, it was 11-zip in favor of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas to begin the game, and after allowing the first 6 points, the Wolf Warriors on court 11 straight, although Zhuhai came up short in that one. Also interesting to revisit that game because Ray Parks and Kaylan Tiongso did not play in that last matchup, and they are starting here today, and they are down by 5, plus an offensive foul now called on Ronaldo Balkman.
So nothing going to the way of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas here. And if you're the Wolf Warriors, if you want to get the win against the defending champions, this is the perfect time to do it. They're coming off a loss.
Well, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas has not lost back-to-back all season long, but this is a harrowing road trip for them. You know, that big loss in Hong Kong, and just a day's rest, and here they are again.
PJ Ramos getting the rebound as we go back into the action. Bounce pass to Parks, saving it to the wrong man. Mike Bell with a catch.
Boy, Ray Parks just took out an entire row underneath the ring.
But Parks will get back down. On defense here, Mike Bell kicking it out to Zhuhai. There go to Patterson. Denied by Ramos.
Who says PJ isn't a rim protector?
And you rarely see him jump, but there, he actually went for it. Chongson for 3. Too strong. Alab Pilipinas struggling from downtown. Miscue there between 2 teammates. Mike Bell tapping it out.
Yeah, Liu was in the area as well. But you know, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas has been scoreless over the last more than 5 minutes already here in the first quarter since that Ray Parks 3 at around the 7-minute mark.
That's right. So Alab will look to break that dry spell here. Ramos taking it strong. And PJ falls down. And his teammates quickly attending to him.
Even Zhuhai, who gave up the foul, goes over and see if the 7'3" Puerto Rican is okay.
I would too. I would too.
You wouldn't want to be in his bad side, that's for sure.
That's right. Here's PJ attacking, taking the contact from Zhuhai.
That's a good challenge, though.
You rarely see PJ take it strong to the basket like that. And you know, they're feeling a little bit of the sense of urgency here in the first quarter with the Wolf Warriors leading it by 5.
Well, you know, PJ Ramos coming off that bout with food poisoning wants to see how far he can go with the legs that he has today. That weakens you. That kind of bout with food poisoning takes a lot out of you. He's had a lot of fluids over the past couple of days, but it's still different when you're doing a shoot-around, when you're doing a practice, as opposed to an actual game when there are actual people hitting you already.
Of course, game speed, game action is very different from practice, from scrimmages. PJ Ramos looks all right, though.
It's going to be Ray Parks right now taking on Bradford.
So Bradford getting the respect of Coach Jimmy Alapag early here. And Ramos could not track the ball down.
Looks like Bradford gave him a little bit of a nudge that the referees didn't see. And, you know, PJ Ramos just looking over at Bradford. You a strong little guy, aren't you?
Bradford passing it to Mike Bell off the inbound here. A lot of time to work with for the Wolf Warriors. No need to rush, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Liu away from the basketball.
Yeah, trying to get position there. He knew he had a mismatch against Joshua Bistondo, so he wanted to make sure that he got the right position. He didn't even get the ball, but he's going to be called for that illegal screen.
So this will allow San Miguel Alab Pilipinas to inch closer. Under 3 minutes remaining in our first quarter. And they toll up PJ Ramos here. Bounce pass to Bowman. Oh! Tess Patterson with the denial.
We never knew that Tess Patterson had it in him.
So Wolf Warriors with confidence on both ends of the floor.
How about Kalen?
It's been a block party on both ends. First it was PJ, next it was Tess Patterson. And the next one on the other end, Kalen Chongson denying the Wolf Warriors.
They're saying Alab Pilipinas basketball though, Martin. I'm not sure about this. It looks like Kalen got all ball. It should have been Wolf Warriors basketball.
Ramos. They go to Orbistondo, who fires it up. Orbistondo will miss. The rebound goes to Tsai Chen. So it's been Alab Pilipinas attempting a lot of three-point shots here in the first quarter. Patterson with all day to shoot from the baseline. It will not work. Here is Parks. Ray goes to Ronaldo here. Extra pass to Chongsun for three. Still off.
Boy, the three-pointer isn't really working for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. They're 1 out of 10,000 right now from beyond the arc.
But despite the dry spell, they are only down by 3 points here. Tsai Chen, one-legged fadeaway jumper. Made that 5 points now for the Wolf Warriors.
That's their first basket since about the 4-minute mark of this game. So a couple of dry spells for both teams.
Baldman to PJ. PJ taking strong to Tsai Chen there. That's 2 fouls on Tsai. So a key guy for Coach Matt Skillman in foul trouble now.
Now Tsai Chen's going to hit the bench. Tess Patterson is also going to hit the bench. We're going to have a bunch of new players, a bunch of locals coming in. So the only import remaining on the floor will be Mike Bell for the final 141 of the first.
That is Soon Hef Feng, Yan Su, and Chris Shantu. PJ bothered by Bell. PJ falls down again. Here come the Wolf Warriors. Soon Hef Feng, who just came off the bench, blows the layup. Good defense there by Domingo. Lawrence bounce pass to PJ, who slams it home.
And PJ just fell over at the other end. And nobody there to stop somebody 7'3", 2 feet away from the ring.
No chance.
That's not possible at all.
Mike Bell for 3. Could not get the bounce, and that's Lawrence Domingo securing the rebound for Alab. A chance to finish strong here. Here's the lob. Oh! Denied on the entry pass by Mike Bell.
Boy, they're just telegraphing most of their passes.
And Soon Hef Feng finishes underneath. This is crisp ball movement we're seeing from the Wolf Warriors now. Lo Domingo, though, attacking on the other end, breaking momentum, and he will go to the line for 2 shots.
And that's what you like from Lodo. They call him Lodo. That's what you like. The moment he comes in, he's an impact player. Used to start for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas a couple of seasons ago. But now that he's coming off the bench, he leads the second unit in terms of the energy points that he brings. But he's going to be tested here at the free throw line. We all know that he's an adventurer from 15 feet away from the basket.
Well, he has improved immensely this season. As we mentioned that, though, he misses the free throw. So PJ Ramos goes to the bench, and another lengthy player will come in for, or just came in for Coach Jimmy Alapag, Brandon Rosser. So Lawrence Domingo on the second free throw here, drops in the second. So 1 out of 2, cutting it to a 4-point lead. Chris Shantu bringing the ball down for the Wolf Warriors. He will do the point guard duties now. With Corey Bradford also on the bench. Shentu on the cross, kicking it out. Liu could not shoot it. Mike Bell puts it on the floor. Slight push there. Mike Bell on the turnaround off.
But Mike Bell is really a diesel. He comes to life usually in the second half. Another telegraph pass by Alab.
But he's been doing it on the defensive end for the Wolf Warriors. And Sun Nefeng with his second basket of the game. And that's a foul and a finish for Sun.
You always like to see these kids at 6'9" trying to fill the lane. And Sun, for the second time, gets rewarded, but this time he gets hammered. He missed the layup earlier. Wasn't going to make the same mistake, but again, credit Chris Shentu for finding his open teammate.
And waiting for Lawrence Domingo to commit before making the pass at the last second. And Sun Nefeng completing the three-point play. 7-point advantage, largest of the game so far for the Wolf Warriors. Parks will facilitate this. Directing traffic, he will square up for three. Off to the left, Rosser hustling for that rebound. Rosser puts it back in, plus the foul.
Now Brandon 6'5", 6'6", with very, very long arms. And a great nose for the ball as well for this kid.
Looks a little bit taller with that throw, though.
That's true. Well, most of them do. Even Lawrence Domingo.
Who is also listed at 6'5". But 0.5 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. We trade 3-point plays for both teams here. Brandon Rosser trying to complete for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Too strong. Mike Bell will hold it out to the end of the first quarter here. And it's the Wolf Warriors, the home team, jumping into a 5-point advantage. It is 18-13 after the first. Again, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas down by 5 going into the second frame.
Warriors making, creating a lot of turnovers, a lot of telegraph passes for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. That has to change here in the second for the defending champions.
That's right. That's something they addressed during the quarter break. Bachman attacking, Bachman missing, Mike Bell grabbing the rebound.
I think Bachman's still scoreless in this game.
Yeah. He's been struggling with his shot here. Bradford against Lodo. Again, Coach Jimmy Alapag putting now a bigger defender on Bradford. Here is Chris Shentu against Parks. Mike Bell could not catch it on the roll. He will fall down and ball will go back to San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
That was a great intention by Chris Shentu. The pass was just a little too strong and behind Mike Bell. That would have been a dunk for Mike Bell if he caught that ball.
So San Miguel Alab Pilipinas will have an opportunity here. And check this, Noel. Alab Pilipinas only has 6 rebounds in this game compared to the Wolf Warriors 14.
Yeah.
So that's quite a stat.
Well,
we're looking for here.
Yeah, PJ Ramos hasn't really been rebounding much.
Let's see if that's going to change here. Bachman looking for a teammate. He finds Parks. Ray. Parks attacks. Parks missing. Mike Bell getting the rebound.
Excellent defense for the Wolf Warriors.
And Chris Shentu all the way for the bucket.
Well, the Wolf Warriors have just played excellent basketball, looking for the high percentage shot on one end and team defense on the other end.
And upping the pace here are the Wolf Warriors. Transition basket for them there. Josh Urbistondo using the screen, double teamed up top. Ronaldo challenged by Bell. Bachman air ball. Domingo with the offensive board. Lodo puts it back in.
Oh boy. A big struggle happening right now for Ronaldo Bachman. Perhaps that game against Hong Kong took more out of him than he thought thought was possible.
That could be true. Ronaldo hasn't been himself here in the first half. Foul away from the ball. I believe it's going to be on either Josh Urbistondo or Parks while guarding Corey Bradford. So it's going to be on Josh.
Urbistondo tried to fight the screen just to be able to go around and try to stop the guy he's defending. We're gonna see Thomas Torres come in.
Yeah.
This is gonna add a little bit more speed, less height, of course, for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. But you have an extra offensive weapon there. Thomas Torres can shoot the ball.
Thomas Torres, usually a third stringer for Alab Pilipinas. Usually it's Pau Havilona that comes after Josh Urbistondo. But Pau Havilona still on the bench of Coach Jimmy as Tsai Chen attacks and gets fouled.
That's his third. He's committing the foul here, Martin. That's going to be his third foul.
So he will need to go to the bench here, unless Coach Matt Skillman gambles here.
Yeah, that's exactly what Tsai Chen is saying. Yeah, don't take me out of the game. They're on defense, though, so this is a scary gamble being taken by Matt Skillman.
And if he gets his 4th foul, this could be a little bit more costly for the Wolf Warriors for the entirety of this game.
Right.
Alvano goes to Balkman here at the post, kicking it out. Torres all day to shoot. That is too strong. Rebound goes to Lodo. Oh, Mike
there
Bell.
you go again.
Another steal for him. Crescento on the move. Foul from behind by Albano. Free throws coming here for Crescento.
And the transition offense of the Wolf Warriors has just been impeccable in this game. You know, Bradford hasn't really done this. It's the most cohesive I've seen them play.
That's right.
In a while.
And their challenge here, facing the defending champions, leading it by 6 points now as Crescento converts from the free throw line here. Crescento, one of the top local players, usually a defensive specialist for this team. Well, we all know Noel, he is a brave soul. He can stroke it from downtown or attack the basket at any point of the game.
He can dunk it too. I've seen him dunk it with 2 hands in traffic here in the ABL. This kid's phenomenal.
9 points already for Chris. Ethan. Balkman goes down the middle, missing the layup, but grabs his own miss and puts it back in.
That gamble didn't work for Mike Bell, but they got a 3-on-2 going the other way.
Again, Mike Bell slamming that one home. Wolf Warriors going fast in this game, but they have a man down here as Crescento grabs on his right ankle here.
Well, Alab's going to call a timeout.
Back to the action here. So the new player who checks in for Crescento, this is Zhong Jianchao, a popular player in China who was actually featured on a TV show with Jerry Lin.
He does have a lot of relatives in the building, too. Oh, Brandon Rosser, that's 2 gimmies. Finally gets a 3rd one, though.
And that's plus the foul.
They're still working on Crescento over here at the sidelines. He's not even being allowed to stand up. He's not being moved at all.
And usually, Noel, if it's just a sprain, the player usually can get up right away, or at least a few minutes after, but Crescento is still down on the floor.
We got a doctor, 2 nurses, and 2 trainers attending the Crescento right now.
But the play resumes here as Pilipinas tries to inch closer. Rosser could not complete the 3-point play. So Tsai Chen, who is playing with 3 personal fouls, he will bring the ball for brawl down for the Wolf Warriors, and that's a 4th shot from Tsai.
He was looking for a foul. He was trying to get one against PJ.
Torres goes to Parks here, who is guarded by Zhong. Parks fakes it, goes back out to Torres. Torres back to Parks. Good pressure here by the Wolf Warriors. PJ puts it on the floor.
Wow. Wow. And they called PJ Ramos for a traveling violation. That defense held its ground. Wolf Warriors getting it done defensively against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, one of the top scoring teams in the league, with only 19 points at this point of the 2nd quarter with 6:43 to go.
Tremendous defense being played so far by the Wolf Warriors. That is Corey Bradford scoring on the mid-range J.
Again, he's not doing much in terms of scoring, but his presence makes the team more cohesive somehow. And they get another steal.
That is turnover number 8 for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. The Wolf Warriors just committing 4 so far here in the first half. And that's been one of the biggest differences here in our first 2 quarters of play, because the Wolf Warriors have converted those 8 turnovers to also 8 points, Noel.
And Zhang, of course, his presence is very, very much needed. Crescento was having a great game before he got injured.
Tai Chen backing down against the smaller Kalen Chongson.
Great defense by Kalen Chongson.
That's an air ball. Here's Parks. Ray straight to the cup. Foul in the process. That's going to be called against Zhong. So Zhong called for the foul. Parks goes to the free throw line for 2.
Was actually drafted into the NBA by the Atlanta Hawks, but ended up making a name for himself in the Philippines as an import in the Philippine Basketball Association. Won the Best Import Award 7 times. And of course, when he passed away a few years back, the Best Import Award in the Philippine Basketball Association is now called the Bobby Parks Award.
Wow.
And when Ray Parks was a lot younger, Bobby was always telling me about him. And he would say that I'm training my kid to be a guard.
And that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. He is a walking mismatch, at least here in the Asian leagues. At 6'4", Kent played the 1 and 2 positions. Yansu firing it up from the left wing, short. Alab Pilipinas with an opportunity to inch closer. Parks double pump is good.
It's no problem being that wide open in the open court for Ray Parks.
So Parks with 4 straight points for Alab. How will the Wolf Warriors respond? They go on top here to Zhong. Tsai Chen, Mike Bell hesitating on that attack. PJ guarding him. Zhong spins, flipping that one up. That's a traveling infraction on Zhong.
Offense. That's exactly what the Wolf Warriors have done to this point. But now the Wolf Warriors can't buy a basket because the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas defense has tightened its grip.
Yeah, and here come the defending champions. Growing confidence here in the second frame. Olodo with a blow-by. He flips it up and in.
You know, Lawrence Domingo is automatic from that close. And the more baskets he makes, it elevates everybody's game.
6 straight points by Alab Pilipinas. All day to shoot for Chongson. He knocks it down. They've gone cold ever since Chris Shantu going down with that injury.
Yeah, you're right. Chris Shantu was bringing so much energy into the squad. 9 points and already several assists. But now it's the defense of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas that's creating their own destiny now.
Make that 11 straight points for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas as they continue to add on to this lead. Tsai Chen will bring the ball down against Ronaldo Balkman. Tsai Chen takes it himself, kicking it out to Tess Patterson. Patterson too strong on the free. Lee Jun getting the rebound. He squares up for the free. Oh, he drops that one in.
Seldom used, but of course he does have a touch from the outside. This kid's 6'10".
Yeah, and you see him do that in practice. A 3-point shot going in for Lee Jun. Here's Ramos. A nice pass inside. That's Domingo with a finish.
A great recognition there by PJ Ramos. He did have an open 3, but when PJ Domingo made his presence felt inside, he needed to get that ball inside.
And Alab Pilipinas lead up to 3 points again, 32-29. This is probably the time when Corey Bradford can go for his scoring here, but he misses that high looping layup. Bogman on the kick out. Chongson to Domingo. Domingo banging bodies underneath. Parks from the corner. Knocks that one down.
Now this is the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas we've seen all season long. Hitting a lot of open shots, finding open teammates. And they are now up by 6 after being down by, what, 7?
Yeah. Crisp execution here in the second quarter for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, coming alive after being down by 7 points earlier. And that's a foul on Lawrence Domingo on the scramble. So Lodo will be called for the personal.
But if you're Jimmy Alapag, you still like the energy being shown by your unit on the floor in terms of defense.
And Rosser coming in now for Lawrence Domingo. You got Liu checking in also for the Wolf Warriors. And 1 foul away from being in the penalty are the defending champions. Corey Bradford stroking it from downtown.
That was deep from Corey Bradford.
And that's the shooting touch you were talking about earlier, Noel.
Right. And the defense wasn't even ready for that.
And it cuts the lead down to 3. Ronaldo serving the floor, looking for PJ against Lee Jun at the post.
Love this matchup.
Ramos breaking away. Ramos on the reverse.
Not saying it's gonna work, but I just love the matchup. Lee Jun he's a wide-bodied 6'10" guy going up against a 7'3" veteran PJ Ramos, 7'3" Olympian, by the way.
And it's almost unfair that a 7'3" giant can put the ball down on the floor and spin quickly like that. Tsai Chen could not answer on the step back. Parks to Balkman. Ronaldo to the corner. They go to Parks. Parks covered well by Bradford. They go to PJ. Back to Parks from the right wing. Parks connects.
Ray is starting to heat up right now. There's going to be a technical foul. I don't know if that's going to be on Bradford or it's going to be on the bench.
All right, technical foul.
Tsai Chen, that's his 4th.
Wow.
That's his 4th foul.
Because a technical is a personal foul. So 4 fouls now on Tsai Chen. And the gamble was actually doing very well for Coach Matt Skillman before that technical foul on Tsai.
Wow, he's already down a Chris Shantu.
Now Tsai Chen will be forced to go out. So Alab Pilipinas, and this is with San Miguel Alab Pilipinas slowly gaining momentum. Balkman connecting on the technical free throw.
Yeah, the avalanche of points already coming off the defense of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Like Zhuhai Feng is getting checked back in. And Coach Matt Skillman had better ride this right now. I mean, they're down 9 suddenly with 2.5 to go. Crucial stretch of the game for the Wolf Warriors.
This is a 22-6 run in the second frame for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. They break the press there. Liu goes to Mike Bell. Baseline jumper is off. Patterson tried to put it back in. No go. Ramos quickly to Balkman. 2-on-2 break. Ronaldo will attack. Ronaldo will score with a left hand plus the foul.
When they started using their defense to generate their offense, they're on a roll now.
And they're putting pressure also on the interior defense of the Wolf Warriors now, as compared to the first quarter when they were shooting more three-point shots. So this is Corey Bradford bringing the ball down. Approaching 2 minutes remaining here in our first half. Commanding 12-point lead for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Mike Bell on the cross court. This is Tess Patterson. Goes inside. Good cut by Bell.
And the World Imports have to come together right now. The locals are not going to be a factor at this point, with Chai Chen and Chris Shento at the sidelines.
That time Mike Bell had Pau Havilona guarding him underneath. Here is Pau facilitating for Alab Pilipinas. Ramos double teamed again, blurring his vision, but that will be tapped out. Liu tapping it out, so Alab Pilipinas will have 5 seconds to get a shot off.
PJ Ramos probably wants to be a quarterback in a previous life, the way he keeps throwing those touchdown passes, trying to find his teammates.
Vilona triggering it in to PJ. PJ puts it down. PJ bullying his way in.
Yeah, he had a tell right there. You knew he was going to go straight to the rim. Why? Because he was looking at nothing else but the rim.
12-point advantage now for Alab Pilipinas. Zhuhai Feng challenging PJ to no success. Balkman here on the move. Here is Kalen. He's got the smaller Bradford on him. Here's the switch by Bell. Balkman double team. Balkman bounce pass to Kalen, and he stepped on the baseline there.
Pilipinas, but again, all the options are starting to open in terms of their offense.
Zhuhai Feng, that's an open look from the free throw line. Could not take advantage.
Zhuhai Feng's had more attempts in this game than he has the entire season.
That's right. That's right. He's been getting a lot of minutes here, especially with Chai Chen now, battling that 4 personal fouls, and PJ Ramos gets his touch from downtown.
Well, he missed his first 4 attempts also from downtown. This is bad news now for the Wolf Warriors. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas starting to sizzle.
14-point lead with about half-minute remaining in our second quarter. Tess Patterson will try to provide the answers here for the Wolf Warriors. Mike Bell putting it on the deck. Bell on the fade. That will not work. Zhuhai Feng grabbing the offensive rebound. Gets
Another attempt.
Contact on PJ Ramos. 0.3 seconds remaining. An opportunity to finish strong. But Alab Pilipinas has been rolling here in the second frame after only 19 points in our first quarter. No, 13 points in our first quarter. Right. They've now put up 35 here in the second frame.
And they're not done yet. Just need a little bit of time to get his legs back under him. Looks like he's okay.
Here will be guarded by Tess Patterson. Alab Pilipinas on the last sequence, possibly here in the first half. Havilona splitting the defense, kicking it out. Kalen back to Havilona. Havilona, good closeout by Zhong. He moves closer, short on the jumper. PJ fires it up. No go at the end of the second quarter of Alab Pilipinas. It is 48-35 into the second half here. Alab Pilipinas with a commanding 49-35 lead. 14-point lead going into the third quarter. You guys are joined by Martin Javier and Noel Zarate in this game. Now, Noel, this is going to be a tough life now for the Wolf Warriors without, of course, Chai Chen on the floor. Chai Chen is on the floor here, he is going to be playing with 4 personal fouls and no Chris Shento as well for them.
Well, Chris Shento was the only guy in the plus-minus category to be on the positive side in that first half of the +7. Everybody else either a 0 or a minus for the Wolf Warriors. Whereas for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, starting that second quarter, they just turned up the heat and they're dominating this game.
Because with Chris Shentu actually got his injury, they were still leading it by 7 points.
That's
it was
true.
26-19. And now they're down by 16, courtesy of that basket by Ethan Alvano. Mike Bell with a quick answer on that baseline jumper.
They got to go back to the defense that they were playing in the first quarter that allowed them to limit San Miguel Alab Pilipinas to just 13 points in the first quarter. Let's see if they can get that done.
And Alab Pilipinas since then has dominated the painted area. And you add that connection by PJ Ramos and Kaylan Chongson for them.
He hit Kaylan Chongson on the crossing pattern that time for a short gain. That's a first down. And again, PJ Ramos was a quarterback in a previous life.
Right. And this is Balkman getting the steal on Tess Patterson. Ethan Alvano accelerating to the basket and scoring his second basket of the second half.
Again, that's going to be a quick timeout, it appears now.
And first game also without Mike Taylor in the lineup. That is an interesting move for the Wolf Warriors here at this point of the season.
Well, Mike Taylor actually went off to what they say greener pastures. He actually took on another role, another job elsewhere. And Coach Matt Skillman actually did well to bring in Corey Bradford in short notice.
So here is PJ Ramos, puts it down. Could not knock it in, but Kaylan Chongson going high on that tip.
I remember when he was still playing for the Chongson Kung Fu last year, that was his job, patrolling the paint and getting those putbacks.
20-point lead now for Alab Pilipinas. Parks finding Kaylan. Kaylan attacks. Kaylan kicking it out. Ethan. And turnover on San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Yeah, usually when you receive the ball and then you put your foot back, you're so near the sideline over that corner where the three-point line is, that is a tendency. You might get to step on the line. Our referees caught that.
And if you're Corey Bradford, this is the time to really take over the offense of the Wolf Warriors. You're down by 20 points here.
So with Chai Chen, actually.
So it's Chai Chen. But he misses the jumper there. Good defense by Alab. Parks connecting on the other end. 15 points now for Ray Ray.
San Miguel Alab Pilipinas just conducting a layup drill right now. Zero defense being played by the Wolf Warriors.
Bradford tracking the ball down. He's got Ethan on him. He's looking for this screen by Mike Bell. Bradford using that screen. Bradford takes one up. Drops that one in.
This guy's not a conscious shooter. He can get a catch and shoot and create off the dribble.
They need more of that from Mike Bell as Kaylan misses on the other end. Or Bradford rather. Chai Chen picking it up. So here's Liu. They go to Bradford here on top. He's got Balkman on him. Bradford going to Mike Bell. Bell back out to Liu. Bradford from the corner. Back-to-back hits.
There he is. So the 40-year-old is starting to show some vintage form right now. Cuts the lead down to 16.
He's got 11 points across his name, but Balkman with the answer for Alab Pilipinas.
Alab just got a great height advantage over any defender of the Wolf Warriors.
Bell for three. Open look off to the side. And ball will go out. And back to San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, who continues to maintain this 18-point advantage. And Wolf Warriors just trading baskets here with San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Well, think about it. When Mike Bell at 6'9" takes that outside shot, there's nobody else to get the rebound on the squad. Oh, wow.
Possession and Ramos, the Puerto Rican connection. Ramos to Balkman there.
Balkman moving so well without the ball, and PJ, they know each other very well.
So Liu stops and surveys the floor here, setting up the table for the Wolf Warriors. Tess Patterson, who hasn't scored in this game, goes back out to Liu. Liu backing down on the smaller Alvano. On the fadeaway there, it's off. Ramos grabbing the rebound. The outlet to Kaylan. Kaylan puts it down.
I just love it when PJ throws those touchdown passes. You know, that's like Dan Marino-esque, the way he actually does it.
When you're his teammate and you're on the receiving end, you are supposed to catch it. Even if it's that strong and that long of a pass.
Exactly, and the ball is so small in the hand of PJ Ramos that it actually turns into a football the way he throws it.
Quick inbound play for Alab Pilipinas. Chongson connecting from the corner.
This is something that Kaylan Chongson did not do with great consistency when he was still playing for the Chongson Kung Fu last year. Shoot that three ball because he really didn't need to. But now for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas playing that small forward position, that's part of what he needs to bring. And I believe that's his second connection from downtown in this game.
Last year, he only had Mike McKinney, Anthony Tucker opening things up for him. So he's got more players here on the roster of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas to attract defense or attention on the defensive end for them. Zhong bringing the ball down here. We got Mike Bell going to Zhuhai Feng. Mike Bell putting it on the floor. Challenging PJ and puts it up in it.
It's just a great sweeping running hook there from Mike Bell. And the first step, PJ had no chance of blocking that shot.
So that briefly trims the lead to 21. PJ surveying it. And foul on Zhong on Kalen Chongson.
Zhong was in trouble. Kalen Chongson was about to post him up. Decided to give up the foul. That's actually a better play as opposed to being eaten alive by 6'4" Kalen Chongson.
Right. Good stoppage there by Zhong. Here's Urbis Tondo. Parks goes back out to PJ. PJ puts it down. PJ dropping it in to Ronaldo for the slamma jamma.
PJ Ramos, we gotta keep tabs on how many assists this guy's got.
We'll check, boss. This is 5 assists now, or make that.
That's the 6th one, right?
7 assists now for PJ Ramos. There you go.
So he is close to a double-double already.
Triple-double actually, because he's already got the double-double at 12 points and 10 rebounds.
Okay.
He is 3 assists away from a triple-double. Mike Bell stealing it away. Here comes Bradford. Bradford down the middle to Mike Bell. Bell had to adjust with Parks in front of him. And foul against the Wolf Warriors here, Zhuhai Feng.
Well, they're going to call it on Ronaldo Balkman, it appears.
So it's going to be on San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. And Lawrence Domingo checking in for Alab as Kalen goes to the bench. Zhong to inbound here.
Oh, they really miss Chris Shentu. I mean, Chris Shentu brought so much energy. When he went down, he was still the leading scorer for the Wolf Warriors in that first half.
Scoring 9 points, of course, in this game. That's a denial on the other end by Parks. But the pickpocket by Corey Bradford. So here's Bradford. He's got the 6'5", 6'4", 6'5" Barbara Parks on him. Bradford against Parks on top here. He will challenge Parks behind the back dribble. Had to force one up. Mike Bell retrieving it. Mike Bell scores with the left hand.
Now going back to the defensive Ray Parks, he is 6'4" officially. He's such an underrated defender because of his length. He's 6'4", but his wingspan should be around 6'7", 6'8", and he can poke the ball away. Was able to stop that shot from Bradford.
So Alab Pilipinas here. Ramos on the short stab. Rebound by Bell. Empty trips by Alab Pilipinas.
Yeah, if you're Jimmy Alapag, you want to make sure that you get the best possible shot in the next offensive thrust. You can't help the Wolf Warriors gain confidence. That's back-to-back fouls now on Ronaldo Balkman.
From the free throw line and from those inside points.
But he's been taking over here. He and Bradford have actually lifted the Wolf Warriors so far here. They're still down by a big amount. But I believe, when we're talking about world imports, this could be the oldest duo in the league. Because Bradford's at 40 and Mike Bell at 36. I'm not quite sure if Tess Patterson falls into that category. You can see Mike Bell just missing 2 free throws too.
You're right, one of the oldest duos of world imports here in the league.
Probably Ramos and Balkman would also catch up in that category, but none of them were 40 years old.
They're not 40 though, but that's a foul on Liu at the post while guarding Ronaldo Balkman. 3 minutes left in our third frame. Alab still in full control. Catch and shoot time for Balkmania.
Boy, Ronaldo Balkman, if he's knocking down the 3 ball, then everything must be clicking for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
They're at 71 points right now.
So much for trying to keep this game low scoring. I mean, 13 points in the first quarter for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. That's perhaps the lowest output for the defending champions all season long.
Athletic play by Mike Bell going to the other side.
But then 35 in the second, and they're adding more to that here in the third.
A 13-point output in the first quarter. All forgotten now for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. And they have a 20-point lead. The kick out here. Pau Avilona fires. Too strong. Ramos gets it back. Ramos puts it in with the off.
Well, for PJ Ramos, nice to see that he's not affected by the food poisoning bout right now. Double-double already, but he does have 7 assists. So he's on a triple-double watch.
What a way to bounce back from that 1-game absence. Patterson.
Yeah, which led to a loss against Hong Kong, too.
That's right. And his absence created a lot of impact, especially on the rebounding for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. This team is usually the best rebounding team in the league. Was out-rebounded by about 20-21 rebounds in that game. Domingo bounced pass to Avelona. Corner triple is good.
That's what Pao Avelona has done even from his collegiate days in the Philippines. Stand in that corner and knock it down with great accuracy.
And this is now a 26-point lead for Alab Pilipinas. And they got a foul on the other end against Pao. Corey Bradford. 11 points in the ball game. Rosser will give Ramos a quick rest.
Yeah, that's going to push Ronaldo Bachman to the center position. They're not really losing much, even if they are the smaller team right now.
That's a luxury.
So when it comes to height, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas is still there. I mean, looking at Mike Bell right now, his performance here in the third is pretty good. But the thing is, besides him and a little bit of Corey Bradford, no one's really helping the Wolf Warriors try to come back from this lead, which now stands at, what, 25?
Yeah. They are the only 2 guys in double figures right now. Mike Bell with 20 points so far.
He's him down too.
So Sun Hefeng replacing Mike Bell on the floor, and the other guy, Corey Bradford, with 11 points.
Hey, they did bring back Lee Jun. Lee Jun, actually, during his time, he was a 0 in the plus-minus because he had that big 3 earlier.
Rosser on the blow-by. Could not connect, and here comes Bradford. Wolf Warriors down by 20 for Bradford on the anti-move.
I like the way this guy brings tenacity to the floor. Doesn't even have to shoot the ball from distance all the time.
Baldwin missing on the other end. Bradford showing us the variety as well on offense. Here's the hustle by Rosser. Diving for that basketball.
He was trying to call timeout. You can't do that in this league, at least. It's nice to see Brandon Rosser, really get involved here. I know his older brother very well, and his older brother, Matt Ganuelas Rosser, has nothing but good things to say about his younger sibling. He even says he shoots the ball better than me, and he plays better defense than me.
Oh, okay. Athleticism-wise, though.
Right.
That's going to be...
I think that could be a dead heat.
Yeah. Both players really athletic. And long as well. Zhong firing it up. Short. Patterson tracks the ball down. And a foul on San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. So a string of points for the Wolf Warriors here. As Patterson could score his first points off the game as well at the free throw line.
Which is really strange because Des Patterson, he's got this good form on his jumper. They just don't go in.
Yeah.
And this is his home floor.
Des Patterson has struggled all season long for the Wolf Warriors, although he is averaging 15.8 points per game. Today, that's his first point here. Really bothered by the defense of Alab Pilipinas, especially that rotation of Kalen, Domingo, and Rosser on him. Here's the save. Des Patterson, Wolf Warriors with a steal. They go to Yansu here on top. They go to Tez, who fires it up. Still short. Patterson now 0 out of 7 from the field. Havilona on the floater in transition for Havilona.
And if Pao Havilona has this kind of confidence, imagine the rest of the team.
Alab Pilipinas adding to that lead. 22 points now. And Havilona called for the foul after getting the basket on the other end.
I'm looking over at the coaching staff of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. If you're familiar with Philippine basketball, those are 3 greats sitting on the bench over there. Well, Jimmy Alapag's not really sitting. He's standing up. But you also have Eric Menk and Danny Siegel
could still play.
The these guys can actually suit up as world imports.
Yeah,
right now.
You know what, during their heydays, they've been producing crazy numbers in Philippine basketball.
Eric Menk was a Philippine Basketball Association Most Valuable Player. Danny Siegel was a Rookie of the Year. Many say should have won MVP during his rookie year. And Jimmy Alapag, of course, was also an MVP.
And those are the people you want on your coaching staff.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you're trying to defend a championship.
The common denominator is they are all very giving individuals.
That's right, that's right. And 21-point lead now. Last shot time for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas here in our third quarter. Pau Havilona. They go to Ronaldo. Ronaldo back to Havilona for three.
How about that?
Pau Havilona beating the buzzer. You guys have Martin Javier, Noel Zarate doing this game. Thank you so much for catching the action here in the ABL 9 Rise to Greatness, and San Miguel Alab Pilipinas trying to go 14-3 after this night. Rosser on the connection from underneath.
I'm just a big fan of the execution right now. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas has an excellent backdoor cut and a great find by Pau Havilona. Now it's interesting to know that Joshua Pistondo, who has not made a three-pointer today, in fact he's still scoreless, has made a three-pointer in every game he has played in the SEN Basketball League. We're entering the fourth quarter. He still doesn't have one.
He probably gets the bulk of the minutes here at the guard position.
I would think right now he's got to go for it.
So, check this, Noel. After that forgettable 13-point quarter by Alab Pilipinas, they've now scored 71 points on the board ever since that first quarter, and topping the 30s in the second and third frames.
You know, the amazing thing about San Miguel Alab Pilipinas is if they have a bad start, they're so good that they can get together and erase any memory of that bad start.
And Patterson with a jab could get his confidence going. Yes, Patterson, first field goal made off the game. He's got 4 points in the contest. And you see Prince Rivero inserted here by Coach Jimmy Alapag, the standout from De La Salle in the Philippines.
Well, he's a corner specialist too, so watch out when he starts lining those up.
So Pau Havilona called for the personal. Ball will go back here to the Wolf Warriors. Again, these two teams will be meeting again on Sunday for their final showdown of the season. And that will be back in the Philippines. Here is Sai Chen working against Rosser. Sai with 4 personal fouls. Sai Chen bullying his way to the basket. Couple of spins. Able to fish the foul on Ronaldo Balkman.
Well, Chai Chen, he hasn't scored in the second half. You know, Coach Matt Skillman's taken a gamble leaving him out there with the 4 fouls, but he really hasn't been effective. He has not really blended into the offense of the Wolf Warriors. And it's one of those off days with only 4 points, all in the first quarter.
Now 5 points. He's shooting 2 out of 11 from the field.
Wow.
And got 3 early personal fouls, really getting him out of his rhythm in this game.
They picked up a technical foul as well to give him his 4th foul.
That's right.
Only 6 points. This kid's averaging almost 20 points a game.
He's got Bradford on him. Doesn't get it to Balkman. Rosser on the extra pass to Havilona. Pau does not connect. Tess Patterson grabbing it, getting it to Tsai Chen here. Tsai, he's got Rivero to beat. Tsai Chen flips it up, and that's a foul on Prince.
Prince Rivero trying to stand his ground there against Chai Chen. Chai Chen wanted continuation. It's not going to be given that. It's going to be a side court inbound. This is the moment where Chai has to just get his points. I mean, they might not win this game, but he needs to get into that rhythm for their next game, which is just in a few days over at the Santa Rosa gym in the Philippines.
So this could be a good quote-unquote preview game for the Wolf Warriors, especially this is their first game also with Corey Bradford in the lineup.
That's a good long rest there for Mike Bell. They're going to need him for the final finish in this one, although they are down by 22.
Tess Patterson here, putting it on the floor. Patterson forcing the issue inside, and he will go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, where was all this aggression earlier? They're now attacking the defense of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. And here they go again. These two guys have been joying at each other, and our referees have had enough. Technical foul is going to be called on Tess Patterson and on PJ Ramos.
I think that was fun banter though, Noel. between PJ Ramos and Shontas Patterson. That's why they were surprised. They were called for the double technical.
Yeah, because you have to go back to the second quarter at halftime.
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
jawing
yeah.
at each other. They had to be separated. And now that it's playful banter, it still looks the same as at halftime.
Yeah, that's how our officials interpreted that banter. So Tess Patterson at the free throw line here. Knocking down the first 21-point lead now for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, 6'6". Replaced Eddie Curry mid-season for the Wolf Warriors.
For San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, the last time they were in this building, they won 100-81. They might even surpass 100 points the way they're playing right now.
That's right. Rivero from straight away. Oh, Rivero knocks it down.
So he's not only a corner specialist anywhere beyond the arc. Prince Rivero is deadly.
Prince Rivero, who had to play a lot of 4 in college, showing us the range here. Patterson from mid-range. That was just from inside the circle for Shontas Patterson.
Yeah, I'm still looking for the first Joshua Piston 3 of this game.
But he's being covered well here on the defensive end by Corey Bradford. That's a good drive from Rosser. And Alab Pilipinas, even the second and third stringers contributing in this basketball game as Patterson misses the jumper from mid-range. Outlet pass, Rivero on the receiving end. It's good, plus the foul.
Touchdown, PJ Ramos connecting with Prince Rivero. Boy, PJ Ramos just saw that route being ran by Prince Rivero and hit him on the fly. I mean, how accurate is that?
And Prince Rivero doing his own version of a Ronaldo Bulkman in transition offense. So Rivero with a couple of baskets here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Also an opportunity for him to show his value for Coach Jimmy Alapag here. But he misses the free throw. Tsai Chen on the running jumper, no go. Ramos, that was too strong for Rivero. So PJ will turn it over. Ball back to the Wolf Warriors.
You know why he turned it over? It was a chest pass. It wasn't a touchdown pass.
Yeah. You know what? There wasn't any arc on that pass.
Coach Matt Skillman's going to use his bench already at this point. This game has already been decided. And the Wolf Warriors, they're in trouble here, Martin. They might miss the playoffs. They might be the first team eliminated at the rate they're going.
That's right. Again, the next one up is the Mono Vampire, who are rolling right now at 5-12. That's the team they're catching up on.
Well, they could start catching up on the Westport's Malaysia Dragons, but Westport's with a big win the other day against the CLS Knights.
And CLS has struggled on the road. They were a complete different game when CLS is on the road compared to when they're at home.
Well, they had a 7-game win streak, which is one of the best in the season, but 3 straight losses now for CLS. And their three-point shooting really hasn't been there. But for the Mono Vampire, with Tyler Lamb and Romeo Travis added to that mix, and then you have guys like Moses Morgan, Freddie Leash playing so well. That's a dangerous squad right there. If they make it to the playoffs, the top-tier teams had better be worried about
the Mono Vampire. To say, they could surprise a lot of teams here with that lineup. At Tsai Chen commits the or gets the foul on San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Rivero will be called for the personal. Imagine having Freddie Leach, Tyler Lamb, Romeo Travis, Mike Singletary, and Malcolm White in one lineup, and you got local players like Apro Vilay, Moses Morgan,
6 import quality players that right there, including Malcolm White, just a late addition, but he could make a run for World Import MVP honors as well. And ever since Jason Brickman left Mono Vampire, the assists have been spread out to a lot of people, mostly for Mike Singletary. That's why I'm saying Doug Marty's got a great thing going for him with his team right now, and they have a really good chance of making it to the playoffs. Westport's Malaysia Dragons, with that win over the CLS Knights, still put them in that position right now. It's going to be interesting how the playoffs or how the end of this regular season winds up.
Rosser attacking Rosser on the side step, and he will step into the free throw line in a bit for 2 shots. Tsai Chen, if that's on him, that will be 5.
That's it.
Yes, that's on him. 5 fouls on Tsai Chen.
Obviously not happy with the officiating. Zhuhai Chen, only 6 points in the game.
Shot 2 out of 13 from the field. Not one of his best games of the season, actually one of his worst.
Yeah.
And Lawrence Domingo goes back in for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
I'm more worried for Joshua Bistondo right now.
Not nailing a 3 yet.
Not nailing a 3 yet. 6:36 to go in the game. You have to remember during a couple of seasons ago in the National Basketball Association, the NBA, when Kyle Korver had that sick run of hitting at least 1 3 per game, and it just came to an end. So all streaks come to an end. Let's hope it's not the case for Joshua Bistondo today. Zhuhai Chen, boy, this is a forgettable performance for him.
6 points for Zhuhai Chen, 13 short of what he usually averages in the season. Bradford catching the pass here, 26-point lead restored for Alab Pilipinas. And Ethan Alvano here working against Bradford. They go on top here. Lee Jun.
Thinking about it, he hit one earlier.
The PJ was right there in front of him. Mike Bell making his way to the hoop, backs that.
Realize that with PJ Ramos out of the paint, no Ronaldo Bogman, Mike Bell is actually going to be the tallest player in the shaded lane.
Right. So let's wait. If they're going to give it to Josh Urbistondo, here's the fireball.
Let's see it.
But he passes out. Ethan on top. 10 seconds to shoot for Alab Pilipinas. PJ.
Get it to him, PJ.
Josh for 3.
It's still
Josh
there.
knocks it down.
It's still there.
The streak continues for the fireball. Josh Urbistondo as he nails a 3-pointer in this game.
So that's it. He can go to sleep soundly tonight, knowing that his streak in his career of making at least 1 3 a game is still intact.
Josh Urbistondo getting on board here. Bradford with a slight push on Rosser. And a hard fall by Brandon Rosser there. Holding on to his right elbow here. Corey Bradford with a foul. And how would you rate the first game of Corey Bradford here? 40 years old, battling Ronaldo Bachman, Ethan Alvano, Bobby Ray Parks, Lawrence Domingo all throughout the game.
Yeah, it's just a victim of circumstance here. When Chris Shentu went down, he had to do a lot of heavy lifting in terms of that point guard position. He's a natural 2 at 6'3", as Ethan Alvano knocks down that 3. But when Chris Shentu went down, he had to do a little bit more than he's supposed to be tasked to do. That's not fair for him. But, you know, that's the way basketball is. So grading his first game, he's great as a shooter. As a point guard, he's going to have to do too much.
Yeah, and very big shoes to fill as well. Bradford knocking down the triple there, and that's been his biggest strength. The 3-point shooting.
And he's 40 years old, and he's still got that stroke.
Now 4 out of 5 from 3-point range is Corey Bradford. Here is Rosser. No go. Bell with the rebound, quick outlet to Bradford here, but good recovery in transition by Alab. Here's the Legion who strides up for 3. Could not make it. Ramos with a baseball pass. Urbistondo will score on the other end. 2 bodies on the floor here, Rosser and Bradford.
Yeah, they help each other up. At least Alvano helps both of them up. They just collided. They didn't see where each other was.
101 to 72. A bigger blowout here than their previous contest.
Although the Wolf Warriors had a better start than in their previous contest.
That's true.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Lodo on the alley-oop. Make that 31 now for Alab Pilipinas. That is the lead.
So is J.R. Alabanza now viewed as the human victory cigar? He's about to check in right now. He did see some minutes against Hong Kong.
Those are very big words, Noel.
Nah, he's a good kid. He's a good kid. Except that he's just got a little. He's like 4th on the depth chart.
Right. Him alongside Thomas Torres looking to check in. That's a travel on Seisit Chun. Is a Hong Kong native. Rarely gotten minutes, See that
J.R. Alabanza's going to lift PJ Ramos. He's going to play center.
What do you call him again? We got a timeout
The
here.
human victory cigar.
They go to this timeout. 1 point lead, 103 to 72. And when you take a look at their schedule, Noel, they have 6 games left on the road. They're going to be playing out another home game on Sunday in Santa Rosa, Philippines, which means that will be their 11th game at home. So the next 8 games for them, 6 games on the road, just 2 at home. A tough schedule for the defending champs to close out the elimination round.
Well, the nice thing is that they've already achieved partially what they've set out to do. I mean, be number 1 in the team standings. Probably could still finish as the number 1 seed. Of course, Formosa and Saigon will have something to say about that.
Right.
But San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, because of their early streak, early number of wins, they look like they're going to secure that top spot, or at least be part of the top 4 to give them home court advantage throughout the playoffs. Now, it doesn't matter if you finish 1 to 4. Teams 5 to 8, they're all pretty lethal. Talking about teams, if the playoffs started today, you have the Macau Black Bears, you have the Singapore Slingers, you have Hong Kong Eastern, and probably Mono Vampire, or one of the 2, Mono Vampire, the Westport's Malaysia Dragons. It's going to be interesting how the positioning is going to play into the playoff bracketing.
And a lot of teams showing progression here in the season. They have been retooling. Of course, they have been adjusting to this lineup.
For me, Mono Vampire is the one that has retooled the most.
Right. Had a lot of releasing Jason Brickman, or putting in Romeo Travis.
And Tyler Lamb, that's a big one.
They could be in for a surge late in the elimination round here. So Tomas Torres, last 3 minutes of this ball game. Alab Pilipinas still well ahead. JR Alabanza getting active underneath. And Alabanza with some burn off the bench for Alab Pilipinas.
Another team that's actually retooled would be the CLS Knights, bringing in Doug Herring. Ever
Doug
since
Herring
Doug has a walking triple-double. Yeah,
right.
He's a walking triple-double, plus one of the best defenders in the league in terms of picking up steals. They haven't really been doing well, but if they find their shooting touch once again, CLS could actually be a top 4 team.
That's right. But they have to do it consistently, especially on the road, Noel, because the comparison there, that's a denial for the Wolf Warriors. They shoot 42% in the 3-point range at home and only 29 on the road.
And again, you know, over there at Gorkanta Jaya, it's so difficult to win if you're not used to the conditions of that gym.
That's very true.
And a lot of teams have already sort of complained about the floor. Since at Gorkanta Jaya, somehow the CLS Knights have figured out how to win in their own building, and they still have a bunch of home games remaining. Despite the fact that they had a stretch where they had 5 straight at home, they still have a few that they can actually use that home court advantage to their liking.
I think they have 4 home games left.
Yeah.
Because they're 7-2 at home right now. All right, approaching the last 2 minutes of this game, Ethan Albano brings the ball down here. He is up against Zhong. Ethan dishing it to Lawrence Domingo underneath, carving space, losing the basketball. Alabanza getting it back. Lodo putting it down. Rosser, Ethan, extra pass to Torres, who chooses to attack. Torres forcing it baseline. No go. Shot clock violation on Alab Pilipinas.
Now for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, there has been talk that they're going to bring in a 3rd world import. That's still talk at this point, because we haven't seen it happen. I've been asking the coaching staff about that. There's still no word on it, but if they do bring in a 3rd import, and that's pretty much the worst kept secret in the ASEAN Basketball League right now, who that 3rd world import is going to be, it's going to be game, set, and match already for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. But I'm still looking at the Formosa Dreamers as a team that can actually make inroads in the playoffs. Saigon has had this roller coaster going up and down right now.
They've been dealing with a lot of injuries as well. But you're right, the Formosa Dreamers could be a dangerous team come playoff time, because that is a gelled team.
Yeah.
And the team chemistry is just sky high for that particular team, because they've been preparing a lot for this season, joining a lot of preseason tournaments, housing the players in a close proximity.
Yeah, and now that Will Artino is 100% healthy, that even makes that squad more lethal.
Yeah.
For the Macau Black Bears, that's a team that probably will be retooling next. I'm not saying that they're not playing too well, but they still need a little bit of a push, especially in their interior. They have somebody like Ryan Watkins patrolling the lane. That's good, though, but they still need an extra push. They might be retooling next.
They've been having problems against the taller teams
exactly.
in the league. The height really bothers them so much. As good as they have been shooting from downtown and as good as they have been in scoring, the taller teams...
They've only lost twice at home, though.
Yeah. So it is JR Alabanza. Under a minute remaining in our ball game, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas will go up to 14-3 after 17 games.
I'm telling you, this kid, Sean, I think he's from Zhuhai because of the way the crowd reacts to every basket he makes.
Crowd favorite here in Zhou Gymnasium. Zhong Xianchao. And a foul here by Sun Hefeng. This is Zhong on your screens.
That's actually Zhong going to be called for the foul. Yeah. And the Wolf Warriors are over the limit, so Ethan Alvano is going to take free throws. So think about it. If San Miguel Alab Pilipinas does bring in that third world import, the question is, will it disrupt the chemistry of the squad already?
True. Depends on how the world import plays. If he's willing to buy into the system of Coach Jimmy Alab.
He's bought into the system already before. Now the question is, you're sort of giving it up, right?
I'm not sure who are you pertaining to, Noel, but we'll see though.
That's all talk right now. I'm telling you, it is the worst kept secret in the ASEAN Basketball League. But if it does materialize, wow.
It will be game over though.
Not really.
Overkill.
Well, it could be overkill. But again, there are a lot of teams that could still derail the defending champions. That is yet to be seen.
So winding down this game, and John will just dribble this one out. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas will officially grab their 14th victory of season number 9, a 105-79 victory over the Wolf Warriors.